Hey everyone, it's Ashley, and today I have for you a book talk. I'm gonna try to keep this book talk a little bit more concise than I did with the other ones where I just kind of started rambling on and on and on about random moments in the book. So today's book talk is on none other than Blue Lily Lily Blue by Maggie Stiefvater. This was probably my favorite book in the series. For those of you who don't know, Blue Lily Lily Blue is the third book in the Raven cycle. And the Raven cycle revolves around Blue Sargent, who is the daughter of psychics, but not really a psychic herself, and Gansey, Ronan, Adam, and Noah, who are all, or sort of all, you'll know what I'm talking about when you read the book, students at this rich boys-only school called Agliambi Academy, and Gansey is searching for this dead Welsh king Glendower, and Blue joins in and they all go searching, and of course things get in their way. That's why there's 4 books. Otherwise there would be 1 book and they would find Glendower at the end. It's seriously one of my favorite series now, and I'm just gonna get right into this because I need to stop. I'm rambling. So like I said before, Blue Lily Lily Blue is probably my favorite book in the entire series, and yes, I have read the whole series as of this point, even The Raven King, alright? And as much as I love The Raven King, I have to give it to Blue Lily Lily Blue, mostly because in The Raven Boys and the Dream Thieves, I was kind of wanting these certain moments to happen between characters, and in Blue Lily Lily Blue, she finally started hinting that these things were happening, or they really actually did happen, and so that made me really happy when I started reading it and I was able to be like, oh my god, it's happening, and I got really, really excited. Along those same lines, she also managed to keep a balance between talking about character relations versus plot, you know? Like, it was a very balanced book between character-driven and plot-driven, because you do have all of these characters going through all of this stuff that's just changing them and changing who they are, and then meanwhile you've got the search for Glendower, and there's not too much character relationship drama, but there's also not too much plot that like takes away from the characters. And so I really, really loved that about this book. As always, I love Maggie Stiefvater's writing. It's so dreamlike and unique, and I love it so, so much. And her characters, even though I marathoned this series for the first time last month, I have fallen in love with these characters so much, as if I had read the books when they came out and for 4 years, okay? Like, it's crazy. I didn't expect to become this attached to these characters, yet I have. And especially in this book, I really loved hearing more about the Welsh history behind all of it, because we do get more of an insight because of something that happens that I'm not going to let you guys know unless you've read the book in the next section, but you get a lot more Welsh history in this book, and I really like that because I know nothing about Welsh history. We're introduced to some new characters who some I like, some I dislike changes over the course of the period. Sometimes I like them in the beginning and then I just completely hate them at the end. You have to read the book to find out because it's a wild ride. Lastly, I just want to say that this book definitely built the tension toward the Raven King. There was definitely that needing to know what happens at the end, because not only was there a huge cliffhanger, but just throughout the entire book there were these things that you were hoping that's going to happen in the next book and you need to know right now, and so that tension really, really builds. As I did with all of her books, I gave this one a 5 out of 5 stars. It seriously blew me away, and it's my favorite in the series. If you haven't read the series yet, I definitely recommend it. It is amazing from start to finish, and you seriously will not regret it. So now I'm going to jump into the spoilery section, so if you haven't read this book, go away. You don't want to be spoiled unless you're like someone who likes that. Spoilers! 3, 2, 1. Bye! So to start off with the spoilers, I was going to talk about those moments that I was mentioning in the first part of this video that I was really looking forward to and absolutely loved. Most of it has to do with relationships between characters. Specifically, Gansey and Blue, and Ronan and Adam. So the first Gansey and Blue moment that I absolutely loved was when they were in the car and they were secretly like touching hands, and Gansey kept saying like, this is not allowed, like this is not allowed. Even though it's that forbidden love kind of thing that nobody likes to see because it's so overdone, I couldn't help it. I love these characters too much. I need them together right now, and that moment was so perfect. And then that one scene where Blue disappears to Jesse's house to go help him so that he'll give her access to the cave behind his house. Nobody knows where Blue has been the entire day, and finally when they realize she's at Jesse's house, Gansey shows up and he's like near panic. Like, he is so freaked out because he had no idea where Blue was. I loved that caring side of him. Oh my god. I was like, I love that moment so much. The last part of Gansey and Blue that I really, really loved was when he let her drive the pig. Like, I was not expecting that at all. It was just, oh my god, it was so adorable. Alright, so now we're gonna move on to Ronan and Adam. Ronan and Adam. Oh my god. It's so obvious that if you haven't seen it, now I'm letting you know. It is so obvious in this book. One moment where Gansey shows up at Adam's house and Adam is surprised that it wasn't Ronan at his house. Like, is he implying that Ronan has been there quite often? That was like that first moment where I was like, this is a thing, this is a thing, I very much like this thing. The next part was obviously when Ronan gives Adam the hand lotion because his hands are so dry, and when Ronan puts the mixtape into his car. That, oh my god, my boys. I love them so much. Oh my god. So moving on from those moments that I absolutely loved, the first scene in the book where Gansey and the crew are going into the Cave's-water cave, Gansey falls down the hole. That scared the crap out of me. When Gansey mentions that he heard things and they were all panicking, and then Gansey said that they were hornets, and I'm just like, I'm on the edge of my seat, like shaking. I'm like, no, this is the beginning of the book. This isn't gonna happen. Like this isn't gonna happen. This is not the way that it ends. Everybody says that they would die for Gansey. Like, oh my god, just the relationships between these. I love him so much. I hated that scene, but I loved that scene at the same time. Like, there's no really choosing. But something that I absolutely did hate was the Green Mantles. The Green Mantles. Oh my god. Colin in the beginning, from the beginning to the end, I hated him. He's awful. You already know he's awful. He's the antagonist. And when they found out that he was their Latin teacher, like, I kind of laughed. Like, what is it about Latin teachers in Aglionby that they seem to have such a bad rep? In the very beginning of this video, I talked about how there were some characters who I liked, and then it turned to a strong hatred at the end. Piper is that character. At the very beginning, I thought Piper was such a badass. She wouldn't take crap from Colin. She would do her own thing, but slowly, as the story progressed, I started disliking her more and more until that very, very end scene. I hated her at that point. Piper, get it together, girl. Get it together. But on the other hand, I absolutely loved Jesse Ditley. This guy is just in the story and he's speaking in all capital letters. I loved that he cared about Blue. His whole family has died in the cave. He sent his wife and his kids away so that they wouldn't die because of the cave. He knows one day that he is going to die because of the cave. He knows, yet he's still choosing to live this like happy kind of caring life. And I really, really love that about him. And then one character that I was really, really iffy about was Gwenllian? I don't know, I looked up the Welsh pronunciation of the name and it said Gwenllian, so that's kind of how I kept pronouncing it in the book, so that's what I'm gonna say now. So when they woke Gwenllian from her coffin, I was like, who is this girl? What makes her so special that she lived for 600 years and now she's awake? And then when they explained that she was Glendower's daughter, I was like, what? What does she have to do with any of this? I was just really confused with her, even though I really kind of liked her in a way. I liked that she cackled a lot and she sang a lot. That reminded me of Bridget from the Infernal Devices. I loved that. And then another thing that I actually liked about her is that her character actually drew more of the Welsh history into the story, which I really enjoyed, but just her character confused me, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I've already read The Raven King and it's still not much better, but yeah, I don't know. She's one of those iffy characters for me. I'm like, yeah. And then the very ending where they go into Cave's-water and they go in the cave and they realize they need to go all the way down into the like ditch or the hole that Gansey fell into. And there are these animal bones and Gansey has the power to wake them up, and then Ronan and Blue go into another part and Blue walks through a lake and she finds her mom and Artemis, who's her father. And I was really happy that they were getting somewhere. Like, they were like, oh my god, this is Glendower. They're gonna find Glendower. This is it. And then I'm like, wait, there's a whole nother book that they could do this in. So this cannot be Glendower. This can't be Glendower. And of course, Piper tumbles in with the other guy and they start a fight and then everything is fine. And I'm like, oh, okay. We'll find Glendower in the next book. And then the epilogue, where all of a sudden Neve shows up. Like, where the hell have you been, Neve? And then they go into the room, and that's it. You're like, what? And that cliffhanger just left me needing to know who was in the coffin. Who was in there? Was it actually Glendower? Were they gonna get the favor? I was so confused and I needed to know. She's so good at cliffhangers. I don't understand. Alright guys, so that's it for my book talk for Blue Lily Blue. I hope that this wasn't too long like my other ones were. I'm really trying to trim it down some. Let me know what you thought down below, and let me know your thoughts on this book too. I said it was my favorite, but it might not have been your favorite, so let me know, okay? If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to be notified of when I upload new videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!